Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's Ed and Chris back on this would be a Thursday if you're watching this, most likely. And we are doing our virtual tasting. For those of you who are not joining us on Thursdays here at the winery, we're happy to do this. Gives us a chance to sit down. Actually, surprisingly, we work together every single day, but we don't really get to hang out that much. And this gives us a chance to do it.
Well, there's short interactions. We get about 1,000 of them, but
Yeah. Like when I'll go in the kitchen and he throws a pan at me and I leave the kitchen.
sometimes it's a potato.
That's true. That is true.
Don't be so dramatic.
No, I would never do that. We are upstairs in the friendly confines, somewhat quiet. You may hear the phone ring quite a bit. It does tend to ring here all day long. But the boys are downstairs bottling, and it is a total madhouse down there. They've actually
2 days in a row.
I'm going to say that the barrel room is all but filled up with pallets of wine.
They did 7 pallets yesterday, and they're doing almost 5 today.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if you were on the same page about what a pallet of wine is. It is not like a pallet of mulch.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's
enormous.
a lot of cases. I think is there like
25 cases a row.
yeah, it's a staggering number of bottles. We have.
Or is it 16? I haven't bottled since quarantine, so I forget. It's 16 or 25. It's one of the two. It's either 4x4 or 5x5.
Mm-hmm.
And but like I said, I haven't bottled since June. What was it, May? Anyway, been a while since I've done it. I don't remember exactly. I think I got reprimanded for stacking them the wrong way.
Oh, I can tell those scars run deep.
I got a long memory, Ed.
The wine will help.
True.
So those wine stacking demons, that they'll get past. I know they'll pass. Well, anyway.
Well, with the help of some qualified people and a whole lot of time I don't have, maybe it will.
We've been extremely busy in the restaurant and the winery as well, so that's a good thing. We've got a lot of making up to do, obviously, because we lost so many weeks, and then when we did reopen, it was just dreadfully slow. But
it was soft. It was soft.
But we're really optimistic, and things are going well, and we appreciate everybody's support out there that's been helping make that happen. Tourism is way up, Chef.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
I've never seen anything like it. We're used to the fall being kind of concentrated in a couple of weekends, but
no,
it's just every weekend. People from all over the southeast and the northeast too. We see a lot of Pennsylvania folks and Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But man, oh man,
I think people are looking to get out of those concentrated population areas, and they feel a little bit safer in these smaller towns.
Well, and what better place to be this time of year than in the foothills of North Carolina? I mean, my God, it's a heaven-kissed area.
Weather's
parks
perfect.
and trails and forests and national parks and state parks and breweries and museums and golf and fishing and wineries. My goodness. Why would you go anywhere else?
Plenty to do. And if if you're like me, there's plenty of yard work to do.
Funny how that hasn't stopped.
Yeah, that's this the perfect amount of moisture and sunshine all year. It's just been
We were on a
relentless.
stretch there where we were mowing. I know we were both on probably about the same. I was mowing twice a week, and it wasn't enough.
Yep.
I mean, even at twice a week, it was like making hay.
It
wasn't. It wasn't manicuring.
Right.
It was. I mean, I won't miss that. And you've got double duty now.
Yeah,
with your folks.
Mom bought a place, and I'm doing my best to put a dent in that yard. That's a big yard.
Well, Wednesdays I'll get to help you. I tried to help by lending a pole saw that eventually. How long did it last? About 30 minutes.
Yeah, about an hour and a half, but it's all right.
Well, still, I'll get out there with you one of these days.
Well, soon the leaves will fall off, and then that'll be a whole nother mess.
Well, we've got plenty of blowers, so we'll get out there together. You take one side, you take the north 40, I'll take the south 40, and See what
We
happens.
should, yeah, I feel like maybe we shouldn't even talk about wine this time. Let's just
Talk
have
about
like this
yard work.
front, let's just talk about yard work on the, like we're on the front porch here, or like we're in our rocking chairs. And actually,
kinda
we are kind of in
And
these.
you know what? This is kind of a glimpse into
Mhm.
20 years from now if
Yeah.
we're still alive.
I was gonna say, you really think I'll make it? 20 years?
Well, I just use that phrase because
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah.
But no, we won't. Um, but that's probably what we'll be doing is sitting on rocking chairs, drinking,
Yeah.
day drinking,
All right.
complaining.
Complaining, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
That'll be our life.
Yeah. Well, there's something I'm not going to complain about, and that's this wine. So let's go to the positive. Leave all that yard work and those wine stacking memories. We'll push them aside.
This is a great subject matter here.
Right. So, Chris and I have, always been a big proponent of Spanish wines, and this is from an area you may or may not know about. I'm going to lean towards the probably not, Humilla. It's a small region on the southeastern, almost coastal Spain. So it has certainly a coastal influence to it. And it's also extremely like a barren area, which is fantastic for grape wine. Vines love to struggle. And so many times we think of grapes as farming, and it is. But it's a different kind of farming. It's the kind of farming where you don't want to have fertile soil, and you don't want to have water.
It's prison farming.
It's prison
where you're punishing the grapes.
Yeah, it's right.
Well,
Yeah.
how dare you grow? I'm
Yeah.
taking your water away.
Yeah.
So
So the more you punish the vines, typically the better juice you get. I'm trying to find an angle here where I'm not blocking myself out. Juan Gil, this is just a great family-run, almost kind of a boutique-y style of Monastrell. Monastrell, if you don't know, is served very often or presented very often as a single varietal in Spain, but not so much in France, where it is a derivative of France, and it's under the name of Mourvedre. There we see it in all those great
GSMs.
yes,
Yeah.
the GSMs, Côte de Rhône, of course, Châteauneuf de Pape, Ventoux. It goes on and on. It's such an important part of blending wines, which is a very important part of Southern Rhone, where it never really gets to be like the one. It never gets to be the grape.
The grape.
But in Spain, it does, and particularly in southern Spain. And I love this grape, and I know Chris does. You just bought a case of it a week ago,
I
wasn't it?
did, and there's good memories.
You'll have some beautiful purple teeth because this wine is kind of one of those big chewy wines, but it's not too big. It's not over the top.
But boy, is it full flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Both in mouthfeel and on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just delicious.
The Monastrell grape is typically blended because of its kind of chewy intensity. And in Spain, I feel like their wines tend to be more robust by nature. I would almost say like more masculine, a little bit more edgy, or kind of
Absolutely.
maybe not, I don't know if I want to say clumsy. They're just not as refined. And those are kind of,
Even the silky
grippy
ones though are big.
Yeah.
They don't make feminine wines, and
Right.
that's probably not by design. I mean, I'm sure
It's just what they.
it's to what the soil
It's
produces.
what it gives them, yeah. But that's good for these two guys because we love that kind of wine. We
Amen.
like to have a wine that kind of stands up to our kind of grittiness, I would say.
Well, it takes that, and not that there's not the adoration for all those other wines, but when you take the tie off per se, and it's time for the personal drinking, Spain delivers.
Yes, absolutely. So, like I was saying, this has been family run since 1916. Of course, I mentioned time and time again the importance of Spanish wines and how wine is such an integral part of their whole culture. As a matter of fact, there are more vines under acre in Spain than anywhere in the world. That's hard to believe. You think about these, like Italy and France. Spain has more acreage of vines.
That's incredible.
That's fascinating to me. But what it tells me is that they take their wine very seriously. It's important to them. And this wine is something that can be delivered to you at under $20. And to get all this, you get family run, fourth generation. They're using vines that are 40 years old, so low yield. They're also incorporating some younger vines as well to help kind of lift volume and give a little bit of less of, I guess what I would call a concentration, because Monastrell can be really, really dense. And so they have figured out a good balance between younger vines and older vines. And yeah, there is some oak here too, which
yes, there is.
you don't really need oak for Monastrell, but it does help if it's maybe a second or third year. So you're not imparting too much of that spice, because it naturally has spice. And then if you're getting some more of that rounded notes, the softer kind of.
It really is, and I think it helps round it out. You know, so it's not, makes it more dimensional. Because you know, some of the Spanish wines, to be honest, you know, even though they're delicious, can be one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And I think that soft oak really helps give it some more character.
Yep, it gives it, and I really think for me, what it does is it really brings out the blue and black fruits. And I don't know if my mind just associates kind of
the blue is there for
when
sure.
When there's that vanilla to me kind of pulls out black and blue fruits out of red wine. So if you are into those kind of flavor profiles, boy, this is the wine for you. And like I said, at the price point where you can afford to enjoy this every day, share it with friends, and it is a well-made wine. They're doing sustainable practices. They are not certified organic, but they are using organic practices. Of course, it helps that they're practically in a desert. There's not as much threat as we have here in Yakima Valley.
True enough. I mean, it's a very predictable climate there. It really helps.
Yep. But it doesn't come easy. It's a lot of hard work, and we appreciate all that hard work, and it shows in this wine.
And with that history, like you were saying, to get this under $20 a bottle is remarkable. You're getting a lot of wine and history and story, and for that price point, it's remarkable.
So, what are you thinking about pairing with this, Chevy?
Oh, we're doing something kind of straightforward here. We're doing a little charcuterie with this. We got a beautiful, although I haven't done this one yet. We got a beautiful salami from American Butcher. It's infused with fennel. So we got this beautiful fennel salami. We're going to have some of our world famous, actually they're not world famous, I just call them that, marinated olives.
They're famous for anybody who's had them here.
So we're gonna have
I love it when people say, I don't like olives.
I don't like olives.
But they love his olives.
Yeah, there you go. Can we get some more of these olives?
Yep.
So we're going to have our beautiful little salumi, our marinated olives. We have a few candied nuts, and we've got a beautiful cheese from Looking Glass Creamery. I don't do this cheese as often as I used to, but it's called Bear Wallow. It's like an Alpine style cheese, almost like an aged, I don't want to say Swiss, but Gruyere-ish Swiss, but it's hard.
Okay.
It's not soft like those are, but it's got funky cheese, and it's got great nuttiness, of course, because of the age. I think it's going to be beautiful with this one.
I can't wait to try that one.
It'd be a good combination.
Does it have like a almost like a Parmesan texture?
The texture is Parmesan, but it's distinctly not Parmesan. It doesn't have that deep nuttiness to it. It's really not a lot out there like it. To me, it's like an aged Gruyere, but it's traditional Alpine style. We associate Alpine style cheeses, Swiss Gruyere, that sort of thing, is usually being soft. We don't, Americans that is, don't get a lot of the aged Alpine styles, but they do.
Yeah.
Of course, they ship us what we think we would like, but this is probably a better representation of a true Alpine.
That's awesome.
Cheese made right here in North Carolina, so it's gonna be great.
Well, that's a nice treat.
Great little start, isn't it?
I wish we had some right now.
Maybe we should start doing the pairings with this. These things.
Can we start this?
Videos are going to be lasting 2 hours.
Can we start this video? Hey, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties last week. Our iPad's been giving us a rough time. Hopefully, we won't have those again.
We should be all right today.
Yeah.
And also, we don't have we don't have as many people in the winery at this hour as we did last time, and I think a lot of the internet may have got a little overwhelmed as well. So.
That's a possibility.
Who
That's a
knows?
possibility. Well, that sounds like a great pairing, and you know I'm a huge fan of fennel, so I'm going to be loving that. So
I thought of you for that.
now we're going to move on to Argentina, the Uco Valley, Mendoza.
Thank you.
Really, this is not going to be one that surprises you. I really wanted to kind of throw some of my favorite people a bone. We do explore wines, and sometimes it's just good to get back, circle back around to ones that we know fit our palates. And this is, you know, the malbec, that the style that everybody certainly for the last 10 years has grown to love and expect.
Instant classic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so we don't have to, but this isn't like super simple. It's not, but there's still something to it, which I like.
Cool labels this week too. By the way. Love the design on both of these. Really,
Yeah, when I was
impressive.
doing my tasting and notes, some people walked by and were making mention of like, no, those are cool labels. So
I'm a sucker for
the reason why Malbec is so popular is because it has all that fruit that you can get from Cab, but without all the tannins. And it is still a dry wine. It's just not overly tannic or intensely tannic. So it really is almost like if you took a Cab and took out the tannin.